Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I really hope you all had an amazing start to this new year. And again, let me just share a very small sort of, understanding or a small lesson that I learned, which is having a huge impact on every one of our lives. At some point or the other, we might have been in this particular situation, or maybe something that we have just ignored and we are like, we have just taken it for granted. And this is a sequence of events which then puts us into a certain spot, if I can put it that way. Just imagine, you have always been that person, again, somebody who is a people pleaser, or somebody who always likes to do what others say, whatever the others are expecting from you. And there is certain cases wherein people just expect that you will be doing whatever that they say, and you're somebody who is just not thinking about yourself. Like, you had always led a life where you have kept quiet. You have not ever raised a voice and said, this is not beneficial for me, this is only beneficial for you. And this is something I observed, right? um, there are some families wherein, like, uh, you might have again noticed it within your own circle, or maybe even within your own family, that sometimes there are certain people who are always taken advantage of their niceness, because they're always these people who give freely and never think that somebody else might be benefiting from them, or even if they think, or even if they're very sure that somebody is just using their niceness to get their own benefits, they still continue to be the same. And at any point in time, such a person or such people, the moment they raise a voice, or they say, I can't do this, you're not supposed to do this, or whatever, like, you go into that saying again, something like, saying no to that time, the opposite people, whoever were benefiting from your niceness, from your goodness, will suddenly start calling you, you're not a nice person, you are uh, whatever. They'll start talking behind your back, or maybe, like, propagating the thing that this person is not nice, or this person is whatever, selfish, this is that. As long as they could use your goodness or your selflessness to their benefit, you were a sort of a very good person. They kept you in the category of good person. Let me tell you one thing, guys. Whenever people can get maximum advantage from you, maximum amount of benefits from your actions, people will keep praising you. For everyone you'll be a nice person, because everyone can use you, everyone can get the things done from you, their work done from you, or can use something of yours to their benefit. But the moment you stop that, right, they'll just forget that 10 good years or 20 good years that you used that particular person, and will just start terming you as selfish, you have a jealousy or something like that. And another thing which I observed in my working environment, again through some discussions and through some conversations, there are some there might be there might be a family where the first generation is always being used by the other people. They are being taken advantage of by very close family relatives as well, because they are not somebody who raised their voice. The next generation comes into picture, and they start raising their voice and saying that this is not fair, this is not justice. And at that point in time, suddenly that new generation is called as, you are a big mouth person, or somebody who is jealous, or whatever. They start giving you all the negative or the bad words or bad terms, like, saying that you're not a nice person. Because what they have felt sometimes, or I think many a times, even in our societies, we feel that if one generation has always been this humble, you can stamp on me and you can go, you can build your whatever palace on my behalf, whatever, you can just reap the benefits out of me or my goodness. And if the next generation tries to stop that, or they also expect that the next generation will do the same. the next generation will be somebody who's gonna keep quiet and just bear their injustice, whereas they are enjoying, getting the benefits continuously. They feel it is an unlimited offer of trying to get continuous benefits. And at that point in time, they start labeling you with something that is not meant for a good, good term. And somewhere down the line, guys, I feel somewhere somebody in any particular, line or whatever, family line, or even if you have always been a nice person, you have to draw that boundary. You have to be very smart enough to know till what your niceness is fair enough. You always, I know we all are being taught to be a good person, this, that, caring, forgiving, being very helpful, being very kind, but you should draw that line to know when somebody is using your kindness, when is somebody using your, your nature of being caring, or, always giving, always being helpful, when somebody is using that. Because people, I always say this, the one who's always receiving, right, they will never have that limit of how much that they can receive. They'll just try to grab. But the one who is giving away, the one who is the giver, will eventually get tired at some point in time. And at one fine day when you try to stop it, you'll be, they'll suddenly forget the whole of the good things that you did, and they'll start terming you whatever, uh, the bad term that they use, or start putting some negative comments on you. So I feel at the start only, right? If at the start only you draw that line as a human being, as an individual, if you start drawing that line, that to what extent I can be nice, it is better. Because you shouldn't be reaching to a point wherein people have, like, really juiced out, squeezed you of your niceness, and then again, you put it on your family down the line, that the next generation also does the same. So this is something I have learned, that somewhere either you as individual in your lifetime, you have to draw that line somewhere, that okay, this is it, this is the amount of niceness that I can show to you, especially towards the people who never reciprocate your niceness. They are like, and I have come across some people who might be like easily taking away your 10 rupees, but when it comes to even spending 5 rupees on you or giving back your 5 rupees, they might, whatever, they might be just feeling that pinch, or might never even start raising their voice, saying that no, this is mine and I'm not going to give you. They might be taking amount, this much amount from you, but returning back even a small amount is I don't know, they might just be not be of that nature. So yeah, know where you are showing the kindness as well. There are people who are very nice. There are people who, if you show them kindness, if you show them the care, they do reciprocate it. Sometimes equal, sometimes a bit more if you are lucky. But as well as on the other side of the world, the other side of the line, there are people who are, they're always like takers. They just want to take. They just want to fill God knows what, but they just want to get all the benefits and never allow anybody else to benefit from them. But they'll take the benefits from everyone. So once you detect such people, right, after spending maybe a year or two, you realize, after 1 or 2 years of interaction, after a few months of interaction as well, who is of what type. So with such people, please draw a line. Please don't allow yourself to get be somebody who is being used, who is being taken for granted, and people are like, just assuming that I can just stamp on this person and go, and the person won't do anything. So be strong enough to draw that line, be courageous enough to, speak for yourself. And yes, this way, somewhere down the line, you can stop the injustice as well. Okay. And the opposite party will get aware that, it's not that this is something that is going to be always there forever. Because some people do live with that mentality, whatever generation A didn't do anything, so generation B also won't do anything. So it's better that generation A only takes that step, of trying to stop, trying to just draw that line, that this is what is right and this is what is wrong, and this is the justice line. Okay. So this is something I have realized, so many people do it. So many people are into such a trap wherein they're being constantly being taken for granted and being used. Their niceness is being used, their caring attitude has been used, and they're just doing it for, I don't know, some are doing maybe forever. uh, it's a thing. I know some people say, we find peace in serving others, or we are not like them. But there's a fine line, they say, right, in being nice, being good, and being a little bit of foolish, of trying in that process of getting that a good person label or nice person label, putting yourself so down that people are just not even knowing, that you are doing something that is wrong to the other person, right? So yeah, this is something I have learned, and probably I'll try implementing it. Not probably, I feel that every one of us should make it a point to know when you're where it is, where exactly, at which point is people are like trying to use your silence, or when you don't, like how I had said in one of my videos, that when you don't say no, people just assume it is yes. So learn to say no, and learn to set that one boundary wherein, like, my niceness is ending here, my goodness is ending here, and now from this point onwards it is gonna be either it is right or wrong. It's not gonna be like, just because you are somebody of me, whatever the relation that you have, whatever the bond that you have, that doesn't give you a right to be like, walking over me, or trying to use me for your own benefits, or whatever, my time, my it could be anything, right? So this is something I leave you all for this particular weekend. Always try to draw this one particular line to safeguard yourself from injustice. That's the main thing, then it's no point later on then crying and saying that, this one did this to me, that one did that to me. People who are gonna be bad are gonna just do bad. They won't bother about doing good things. So maybe this might not be very correct line of saying, but with bad people, maybe you should reduce your goodness. Okay, if that is a proper way of saying it. But yeah, know where to be good, where to be not so good, and to keep your goodness to those people who will reciprocate it. Okay, so I'll see you all next week. Till then, have a good week ahead. See you soon. Bye bye.